Hey, there we go. All right. I think I hear myself very softly mumbling along to a song and snapping. Yeah, that's my voice. That's what I sound like. That's beautiful. Fantastic. Stream looks okay. Settings are all good. Latency is fine, I guess. Not ideal. But everything looks alright. Everything sounds alright. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Go ahead and close the door. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Go ahead and lock the gate. 9, 10. Where do we begin? We begin right here, my friends, with me stop singing. I'm just trying to adjust all the windows. We're still working with the tiny screen. Big screen's not here yet. Don't know when big screen's getting here. We're going to do a behind-the-scenes video of big screen when we get it, and you folks will be able to see what we've kind of upgraded to. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and hit the record button. We should actually be streaming AV1 this time. I know that I said we were last time, but we should... Well, you know what? In between the last time we streamed this game, and now we did do another stream. We streamed a couple of times in Tekkit 2, and those AV1 streams were working flawlessly, and from the looks of things, so is this one. This is like, all I did was I hopped in here earlier, just so... because I haven't played the game in close to 2 weeks. I just wanted to hop in and like take a couple swings around at some goblins and just really try my hand at the combat and kind of get used to it again. And that way we'd be ready when we actually hop into the next mission to do whatever the game's going to throw our way. And looking back at that, kind of playing back right now, that looks really good. I don't really need to watch it back at 1440p. Is the maximum quality I'm getting right now, even though it should be 4K. Hold on. Did a setting get changed? What are we outputting right now? Current output. You know what? It could be that it just doesn't understand the weirdo resolution I'm sending it. That's probably likely. So that's fine. I don't mind. The recording is working just fine. Yeah, YouTube's shouting that I need to change the video resolution. You know what, YouTube? You need to change your video resolution. That's what you need to do. It'll be okay. I'm pretty sure in the past the 4K worked, so I don't know why it's not working now. But howdy, folks. How are y'all doing? My name is, of course, Reese, as always, and we're going to play Final Fantasy XVI, and we're going to capture it the way that we've been doing, where I'm pretty much going to look away from the screen now and focus entirely and exclusively on the game. Let me get my mustache out of the way and get another sip of water. I didn't have enough water this morning. I ended up getting a bit of a migraine, and I finally figured out, I was like, oh, I haven't had enough water. So I'm many bottles of water now in, trying to rectify that mistake. I'm probably going to have to get up and go to the restroom at some point. But welcome to the live recording channel members. If you're watching live, Mythic tier and up, thank you so much. If you're watching after the fact, Fabled tier and up, thank you so much for your support. Hope that you enjoy these sort of behind-the-scenes live recording sessions. I think they're really fun to do, and I think we're going to continue having fun with them. I will tell you, I've recorded some Tekkit since the last live Tekkit recording, because I realized kind of the path we were on wasn't going to be necessarily entertaining to watch live. So I sort of buckled down and just did some dirty work. But we're going to do some more live recordings there as well. But I'm going to go ahead and do the intro, and let's get into it as soon as I figure out where I am relative to the entrance. So there's... Okay, so that's the way out. That's the direction we need to be heading. Howdy, folks. How are y'all doing? My name is Reese, and welcome to another installment of our Tekkit... Nope. Wrong series. Welcome to another installment of our Final Fantasy XVI Let's Play adventure, where we've been having a ton of fun. Although I will say, I'm thinking about doing a video kind of discussing my feelings on this game, as opposed to another game that I really love called Final Fantasy VII Remake, because I went on a family trip for Independence Day, and that game was on sale, so I loaded it into my deck, and surprisingly, it's very easy to get that game to run almost at a consistent 60 at the deck's native resolution, or close to. That's a good game. That's a really good game. This is my 3rd time playing it, and I don't usually replay games like that. I haven't since I was a kid. When I was a kid, obviously, I could buy 1 game a year, so I played the heck out of it. But, yeah, I don't know. This is fun, though. I have been enjoying it. Even if I like one more than the other, that doesn't mean I dislike this one. Which is nuance that is often missed in our modern age.
Gav will be waiting for us. Get your stuff together.
So this is where we left off last time. We are supposed to be leaving with Sid to go meet with one individual named Gav to hopefully find some answers to what's going on here. In fact, if we hold down, it'll probably tell us exactly what's going on. Gav, Sid's faithful scout who puts his legendary nose to work in tracking the movements of slaves, soldiers, and any other object of interest to the hideaway. The ever-agreeable fellow, only too gladly behind enemy lines if he can get a good story or two out of it. What a lad. Hopefully that all made sense. Remember the hooded man? A mysterious man that many believe to be a dominant of fire. Clive first saw him at Phoenix Gate on the night of the Imperial invasion, and for years believed him to be the dominant of the Econ that killed his brother. But to Clive's eternal chagrin, he proved otherwise. Yeah, but we still don't know what the deal is with this guy. Even if he's not responsible for the death of our brother, there's something sus going on there that I would like to find out. So next up we have Clive Rosefield, that's us, and I don't think, the new installment is going to be the power of the mysterious icon Ifrit awakens within him, and he discovers that the dominant of fire he has long been searching for, the one who killed his brother, was none other but himself. Truly horrific. Sid's hideaway we already know plenty about. That is a couple of beautiful, absolutely gorgeous little chocobros. Look at them, they're gorgeous. I mean, look, 7 Remake, they have a very sort of whimsical appearance, which I also like, but these look like creatures you would actually find in the real world. And I would love to go for a ride on one. I think that would be like the peak of joy in my life. So that is where we are headed to next. The Wages of Guilt, Journey to King's Fall, which is presumably where King's Fall. Here tumble the waters of the Empire's brooks and bournes, to converge into a single resplendent cataract where a bygone king is said to have lost both his life and kingdom. That is actually tragic. That is horrific. Let's go, it should be fun. Like I was saying earlier, though, there is a bit of a nuance between liking one thing more than the other and hating a thing, which I think a lot of people miss out on. I find this discussion a lot when I talk about my favorite games in a franchise or my favorite movies. Whichever one you say is your least favorite, people will automatically interpret as meaning you hate. Oh, you hate that one, right? When nothing could be further from the truth. I think a good example would be Xenoblade Chronicles. I don't know which one's my least favorite.
Long ago, this here was a thriving trade route.
But I don't hate any of them.
And the blight came. The people left. And just like that, it was deserted. Making it the perfect little shortcut. Gab's waiting for us up ahead. Come on.
Of the trilogy... Well, we'll wait till this cutscene ends.
Still feeling sorry for yourself?
Don't. Please.
Think about it, Clive. The rumours all point to... That was an Imperial signal. They shouldn't be here. The old fort's been abandoned for years. Our little chat can wait. I need to see what the bastards are up to. You go on ahead and meet up with Gab.
But we both know that...
No buts about it.
It was a whistle. It was just like a normal whistle as well. I don't know if anything about that whistle indicated Imperials. If it did, then I'm very impressed. This man knows his whistles. What I was going to say is I think that of the Xenoblade Chronicles games, it'd be between 1 and 3, I think, for my least favorite. 3 might be my least favorite, but note the use of term there, right? Least favorite. I didn't say it's the one that I hated or that I disliked.
Stupid. I'm the dominant of fire.
You are, Clive.
We sent Gav on a wild goose chase.
Yeah, it's a pretty darn shame, isn't it? I actually love Xenoblade Chronicles 3, and I've been playing the heck out of it. That game's about a year old, and I'm still playing it right now. There's still a Let's Play series on this channel, concurrent with this one, that is just Xenoblade Chronicles 3. I love that game. But I think I like the other ones more. But that's the sort of nuance that you really don't seem to get out of people these days, or that they don't seem capable of comprehending. Like, I'm sorry, wait, what? That's your least favorite? So you just hate it and your opinion's wrong? And I don't understand where that's born from. But okay, let me see if I can get back into the habit here with combat. Oh, wow. Yeah, no, we're doing great. Oh, these are Black Widows? I'm sorry? Have we just learned something interesting about this world? Is this a world, like, filled with very small people? Because I've seen a Black Widow before. I've had a couple of Black Widows on me in my life. I've killed a few in my time. They're not this big, but it makes sense if this is a world that is full of very small people. Or else it's also possible that there's just very big animals. But I kind of like the idea better that this takes place in modern-day Earth, when these are just very small people. There was a film when I was a child. Well, I mean, it's still a film now, but I remember it being advertised a lot on VHS about little people. Was it called The Borrowers? I don't mean little people like a... Like who? Oh man, I can't think of his name now. Was it Vern Troyer from? Is that the fella's name from the Austin Powers series? Or Warwick Davis would have been the one to go with. No, I'm talking about like wee little people who lived in your walls and stole your shoes or whatever, like elves, if you will. I want this story to be about that now. I want it to be about wee little people that live in this world. And they fight spiders, and they turn into icons, but the icons aren't actually gargantuan in size. They're just like the size of your average child's like play toy, right? Like my Makuta toy, my Makuta from 2004. It was the big combo set where you combined Nadiki. Who else was in that? That big bird that Taraga Duma rode around on, whose name I don't remember, and Kreka maybe. You combine them together, and you built. Oh wow. That was a perfect parry, and it wasn't even intentional on my part. How about that? Because I'm not capable of being that, like, accurate with my parries. Pretty good with my dodges, though. Yeah, that was a pretty big Makuta set, and I imagine that's how big the... In order for... I mean, that would be a huge icon compared to a little person for whom a Black Widow is, like, mountainous in size, but that also means that the dog would be small, and I don't think the dog is small. Did I dodge doing that? I don't think that I did. See, this is the problem with concurrently playing Final Fantasy VII Remake, is that the buttons are all confused in my head again. I feel like for a hot minute there, I was actually doing pretty good remembering where the buttons were on this controller and what I needed to do. And now they're all switched around in my head again. Can we do this? Beautiful. Good thing this thing stays staggered for so long. We got in quite a bit of damage there. That was a poorly timed dodge on my part. That was a pretty goodly timed dodge. Goodly? Goodly. That almost sounds like Dudley Do-Right's, like, cousin. Goodly Do-Right. It's actually got, like, a bit of a double thing going on there. Why am I not doing my swift recoveries? That was a horribly timed, stupid decision on my part. I don't know what I was trying to accomplish there. Oh, hold on. If we do this now... Yes! Yes! Okay, we gotta remember when we get them half down, we can do that. And it gives us a moment where we can just waylay on them without them being able to do any sort of proper recourse. And then this should get them back into this state. Also, I'm just now coming to this moment, this conclusion, in the middle of this combat encounter. I'm just now having this revelation that I'm fighting a Minotaur. I was just fighting a big monster this whole time. Only now has it started to register that I'm fighting a Minotaur with one hand as well, because I'm doing all of my gestures with the other hand. Both hands are back on the controller now. This happens sometimes. I just lose track of the fact that I'm playing a game. All right. Come here, big guy. You're going down after this. No, you're not. You're going down after this. Final blow? There we go. Enemy slain. Apparently there's just a Minotaur running around. Presumably there will be more. I'd like to think there won't be more Minotaur, but there probably will be. We got his mane, though, and that can be used in crafting, as well as his sharp fang and his bloody hide. Probably, again, need to clean the blood off of that, because that's not ideal. Are we about to have like a deep moment of introspection about how the fact we just... No! I mean, that was a living creature.
Perfect little shortcut, Sid.
He-
Straight to a nest of bloodthirsty beasts.
He managed to build a weapon, so he's... And he's got clothes. So he's clearly capable of enough thought to... Well, he's got such a tiny head, though, compared to the rest of his body. This is not just like a normal monster. This isn't like when we've killed the wolves or the living plants. Like, no, we've committed a crime against another semi-sentient being. I don't know what the extent of their sentience is, but I kind of feel bad. I don't know about the rest of you folks, but I definitely feel like we've done something semi-abhorrent here. I mean, life goes on, certainly, but still. Also, is this the direction I need to go? Or do I need to go... I mean, can I not get behind this waterfall? I kind of thought that I could. Can I hop down there? No. That's a shame, because that's a great place to put something, is behind a waterfall.
Can't be much further now.
You would think so, but we actually don't know how much further it is. I don't think we were given any sort of a scale for how far we were supposed to be traveling before we found Gav. He just said go ahead and meet with them.
That's enough.
Also, this is like the most peaceful combat encounter. Just like nice soft music. The music didn't even get crazy. I don't know if you've noticed. There we go. We finally did it. We finally remembered that we could charge up a big, big magic attack. I think we've had that ability for so long now and we just keep neglecting it. Okay, get away from me, insects. This is quite pesky. That's usually pretty good at getting area effect damage in, but I'm going to assume that the insects... How are we supposed to fight hornets? I think I said... I mean, can we jump? Yeah, we can. We don't stay elevated, though. This isn't like Tifa in 7 Remake, where you just stay flying in the air for the entirety of your combo. It's definitely not like Kingdom Hearts, where you can just stay in the air for the entirety of that game sometimes. It gets a little bit silly in those games. And then sometimes you unlock flight in some of them, and then, like, gosh. What am I doing? Ooh! Okay, I expected to have to, like, very slowly crawl around there, but that was pretty fun. There haven't been a lot of branching paths in this level, or if there have been, I haven't found them. A lot of these levels are just very... Oh, good, another Minotaur. Oh, and this time he's got spider friends. That's great. Love that. At least they're not, like, cosplaying as Black Widows, which we all know they just aren't, because they're just not that big. I kind of feel like I need to deal with all of these guys first. Can you heal me? I've yet to figure out the specific rules of how dog healing works. I think it's just a slow heal over time up to a certain point. Yeah, no, we take care of the spiders now. Now we take care of the Minotaur. It would be great if the dog could heal, like, slightly more quickly, or if we had just, like, a permanent healer in the party. But this game doesn't do that sort of a thing for some reason. I've died. Have we died before? I've never gotten a game over. That's the first one. And it was only because I didn't take a potion. It wasn't even a particularly difficult combat encounter. That's embarrassing. There goes our perfect playthrough now. Of course, now the doors are open, right, to just die constantly. Before, I feel like if I hadn't died, I might have continued to do a really good job of not dying. Whereas now that it's happened once, there's, like, no reason to continue trying. We're just going to die a lot of times, and we're just going to have to accept that. That was not a precision dodge. I did, like, 3 dodges there and just happened to land on it. This Minotaur seems to be... I mean, that's my imagination, I'm sure. It's not actually easier to defeat. It seems to be just as hefty. I feel like maybe the numbers are just... Maybe I've already fought one before, so I know what to expect. Maybe it's all entirely in my head. I'm unsure. Also, what happened there? That felt magical. If you wouldn't mind, dog, now would be an excellent opportunity to do some healing. Thank you, Torgal. And then also maybe sick the darn creature? And then ravage it, and then sick it? Like, can I just keep hitting these buttons? Can I tell it as many times as I want to? A fine hound. Oh, good gosh, we got a parry in there, and I still don't... isn't that... Jeez. Sick him. Okay, and now we do this. Just give him a bit of a rough time. We've got to remember that we have these other abilities over here. Like, we can do a Wicked Wheel, which sounds really silly, which is almost reason enough not to do it.
Better already.
Beautiful. This is kind of going more fluidly than it was before. Like, almost. I don't know. Hey, good afternoon, Jake Yates. Yard work and power washing. I feel that. Well, good luck with that, you know, if you don't have the opportunity to stick around. Hope that goes well for you, though. I'll tell you what, you know, even on hot days, if you get to work with water, it's kind of a refresher, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, I have to go outside and do lawn work, but it involves a hose, and I can just soak myself, and then it's almost fun. Then you're almost a kid again, just having a great time. Oh, you gosh darn son of a gun. Well, not a gun. You're definitively the son of, like, a man who loved his cow way too much. Is that the origin of a Minotaur? I'd rather think that it's not, but I kind of feel like that's probably what it was. Fireman Jenkins, you gotta stop doing that to your cow. You don't know what's gonna happen. God didn't intend for this. And then thus was born the legend of the Minotaur. That's kind of disturbing. I wish I hadn't said that. That's one of those thoughts you just keep to yourself and you don't speak aloud. Where's Gav? Is he out here shooting a slow-mo video? Where exactly is he? Also, is this an alternative path? No, it's just 4 spools of steel silk, which I don't know what to do with, presumably crafting. Oh, here we go. There's going to be a troll under the bridge, and we have to pay the troll toll if we want to find Gav's soul.
What is it, boy?
After him! Don't let him escape!
Well, I think Gav's not having a good one. Let's not shout his name. That's not going to help him. That's just going to distract him. And then he's not going to be able to defend himself.
Who goes there? This one's a deserter. Take his head!
You have no evidence of that. I could just be here to help. I could have been sent by the Empire. Unless you have, like, a picture of me somewhere that's very clearly states that I'm a deserter and that people need to treat me as such. Like, you're just kind of guessing. You don't know. Wow, if we just keep him on the ground. Wait a minute. I think we've just found, like, the way to cheese the game, right? Do that. Zoom over. Stab them. Zoom over. Hold on. Hold on. Okay, well, hold on. Let's go through the whole cycle. We're going to have to try this again. You're going to have to give me a minute. Because I think we might have found a good cheese. The issue is, I think you have to, like, stun them and knock them over one more time before you can do it again. But if you can get into, like, a good cycle of that, now that's not going to work with this guy. Also, this guy's just brought a dragon with him.
There he is!
Oh, good, and there's more soldiers.
Kill the deserter!
What? What is this turning into? Is this just a cutscene? Do I not have to do anything? Okay, good. Yeah, Sid's here. Or at the very least, he's looking down on us from above.
Clive, what's the situation?
You're late!
Imperials.
What?
The Imperials are on his tail! We have to get to him before they do.
Understood. I'm here to even the odds. Any objections?
None whatsoever. You take... Okay, I was actually going to suggest that, but yet here I am attacking the dragon for no reason. I can't lock onto the other guy. There we go. There we go. There we go. Now it's me and you, sir. Now it's me and you, and it's gonna go super well as soon as I get into the rhythm of it all. I've just gotta... Oh, shoot. Yeah, see, now we're getting somewhere.
Sorry, lad. Don't know how much help I'm gonna be here.
You're doing great. You've almost defeated the dragon, Sid. I'm actually super impressed with your abilities and kind of wish that I was that decent. I am not. I'm actually quite bad, Sid. I'm actually quite bad at combat. If you're done with the dragon and you want to kind of help, it would be appreciated. Oh, okay. That was a pretty smooth series of events there. not to toot my own horn, mainly because I don't have it. Oh, actually, I do have my own horn. But I can't toot it and play at the same time is the only issue. And if I stop spamming the attack button now, we're going to miss out on all of this excellent damage that we can do while he's staggered. See, I'm sorry, who just did that? Did someone just heal me? Was that... That definitely wasn't the dog. Speaking of, though, Torgal, keep it coming. Oh, dang it, he did it back to back. All right, good on you, pal. Good on you.
My wounds, boy. Not this time. That's better. Too slow. Can't take much more of it. Toggle.
I've gotten into, like, every so often, I feel like my brain gets out of sync with my fingers, and it's like, I know what I need to do, but for some reason I'm doing it in the wrong, like, order, or a little bit too late, or a little bit too early, and it takes a while for me to get, like, everything synced back up. If that makes any sense at all. I'm sure it doesn't.
My wounds, boy. Not this time.
Oh, thank goodness. Let's just give him everything we got. Everything we got. Oh dear, this is different. Oh, we've not done this before. Where does this end? When does this end? Am I supposed to attack him at some point? I don't know!
Must come down.
At least Sid was also confused. It wasn't just like a me thing. Was that him making all that noise?
Come on, let's finish him off.
Happily, Sid. Happily. Trust me, I don't want this fight to go on any longer than you do. Just keep yelling at Torgal to heal me, and bless him, he's trying his best right now. What did we get? We got an Imperial Link, which is just used for crafting. It's just a bunch of crafting materials. We never get anything, like, super great out of these guys. Oh, thank you, Lucas. Thank you. I don't know what I would have done without that little heads up. I appreciate it. And yeah, power washing semis in the winter seems like it would be miserable, but hopefully it paid well. Waterproof trench coat and a beanie. That's a look right there. That's a look. I respect and approve.
Come on.
Come on, Gav. Hang in there, buddy.
Shit!
This is good, so long as they keep coming at him one at a time. I can't even get the sentence out. So he's definitely not gone, because that would be too obvious. When do we get to do things like this? Now that we know that we're Ifrit. Whoa! He literally never does that during combat. Torgal, you're holding out on us. Holding on to a limb? Yes! Exactly!
Give me your hand!
Don't you let go, Mr. Gav. Don't you let go.
Help me!
Help me!
Oh, dear.
Help me, Clive!
I've got you.
See, I was expecting some cool icon power. But he just reached a little bit further is all he did. He could have done that the whole time. Why did he need to hear the voice of his dead brother to do that? I've been inspired to reach yet 3 inches further and save you, Gav. You have many years of slow-mo videos ahead of you.
There. Clive doesn't have your nose, I said. He'd stumble off a cliff, I said.
Well, that's the trouble with a nose like mine. Can't help sticking it where it's not wanted. But if it wasn't for you two, my sniffing days would be over. Thank you. Truly.
So, what news?
Well, found out where your friend's heading for one thing.
Gav,
We do need to know where this guy's
Your
going.
old stomping ground. Rosaria. You should have seen what they did to the Imperials who tried to stop them. There's no question about it. He's a dominant fire, all right.
He can't be.
Clive, I saw you turn into an icon before my very eyes. And yes, there's a good chance it was you who killed the Phoenix.
Poor Gav's just having all this dumped on him.
Alone, were we? There was the fellow you saw enter the whirlwind. Aye. I saw him too. You didn't dream it, Clive. He's out there.
But who is he?
Don't ask me. I don't bloody know. But I do know one thing. You're gonna find him and find out. After all, you swore an oath.
What?
You swore you'd avenge your brother's death. That you'd never rest until you'd hunted down the man responsible. So, find out if this man's responsible and kill yourself if he's not.
Sid,
Don't thank me. Thank Gav.
thank you, Gav.
Now give him a little peck. Or don't. That's fine too.
No birds returning this year.
The Deadlands have swallowed their roosts, like as not. We're running out of time.
We'll be in Rosaria in a day or two.
What is going to be the twist with this fella?
Back to where it all began. He must be stopped.
You know what? Let's just carry on. There's no point dwelling on this. We're not going to figure it out on our own. Let's just carry on, and it'll all be explained to us in time.
Spitting great gouts of fire he was, like a bleeding volcano.
Ever seen a volcano?
What? You think I'm having you on?
Clive! Your friend. She's awake.
Hey!
Right.
I'd plumb forgot about her.
Go to her, you fool. Right, you lot. Enough slacking. Goots, come with me. Gav, go and get those wounds seen to.
Oh, give it to me straight. How long have I got?
So?
All in good time. Let's make ourselves scarce.
That's probably the most fun there's been in this game so far. Although it's been a fairly... I mean, there's been little moments of levity. But that right there was the peak of it. I'd hope to see more of it. Because I don't mind a really serious plot, but I do like to have it interspersed with moments of levity and laughter and joy and humanity. Doesn't need to be all grim all the time. Hi, so listen, let's talk about the time I beat you up. Very sorry about that, but do you remember me? Because you didn't seem to.
It's true then. It really is you.
I'm sure the pulling of the sword out wasn't great. Probably could have left that there.
It is.
Clive! You're alive.
So are you. I still can't believe it. Are your wounds healed?
Yes.
You-
Talia told me what happened.
The ones that...
You saved my life.
I mean, I'm the one who gave you the wounds in the first
Nearly
place.
taking it. I had no idea. Forgive me, but how did you ever come to be there, Jill? Fighting for them.
The Iron Blood. They invaded not long after the news arrived about Phoenix Gate. Rosaria had lost her leaders. The Duchy was in chaos. The Iron Kingdom saw our weakness and pounced upon it. They killed the men and captured the women.
That's why they give us the levity.
And took you back to Ironhome.
Because now they're just pulling it down.
I thought they meant to have their fun with me before the end. But the end never came. My powers awoke, and everything changed. It all happened so fast.
We were told that the Iron Blood had captured a dominant and planned to bring her on their latest crusade.
They gave me a choice. To fight for them on the battlefield, or see my countrywomen slaughtered.
And they call us dominants.
What?
Oh, yeah, she doesn't know. Tell her about how you ripped your brother apart.
What happened, Clive? What happened at Phoenix Gate?
It was me. I killed Joshua.
No, that's not true. I know you. You wouldn't do that.
It's the truth. I changed into him again, not long ago. The second icon of fire. The one responsible.
Clive.
When I think back to that night,
Yeah. No, it doesn't make any sense, does it?
the hooded man, he spoke to me.
And what did he say?
What did he say? We have found you. What did he mean?
Clive, we should go back there, to Phoenix Gate.
That came out of nowhere. To what end? Did you have a reason for
What
it?
really happened? And so do you. You need to know for certain.
And we're gonna find that information in this abandoned ruin?
And you did what you said you did? Then we will face it together.
Jill, All right.
You'll be needing a change of clothes then. Out you go, your lordship. We wouldn't want you getting overexcited.
Sorry.
I'll see you soon then, Clive.
I should be ready too. We've a long journey ahead of us.
We do. We're getting the band back together. We're finally starting to have something of a semblance of a party. Hey, where's fella who sweeps stairs at? Where did he go? He should be right over here, right? He's always complaining about how he just finished sweeping the stairs. I told him he'd be doing that for the rest of his life. What's back here? Oh, this is like the study, right? Sid Solar. Who are you? You're sweeper guy! Is he going to complain about how he just swept? Is he going to say anything at all? Is he going to acknowledge my presence? You know what? He hates me. After all the times he told me not to walk where he was sweeping, and I just continue to do so in spite of him, he probably doesn't want to look at me anymore. I was going to say something and I forgot what. I was like just adjusting my mustache and I was like, I'm going to say X. Don't remember what it was. But hey, Lucas Kids, welcome to the chat. Sorry I didn't get to you earlier. Or maybe I did. Because I definitely acknowledged that you yelled, look out. Cowboy boots and shots to do lawn work. I mean, that sounds... maybe it's just because I'm associate lawn work with intense, suffering heat. But I feel like doing a shot of anything before going to do lawn work would make me just puke. Alright. So I noticed that we do have a couple of side quests down here, and I thought we might go ahead and clear those away before continuing on our adventure. So Kenneth the Kitchenhead.
Ah, Clive. I trust you're settling in?
Gradually getting used to the place.
I'm glad to hear it. I was hoping you might be persuaded to come to my aid once more. Your services will be rewarded, of course.
I don't doubt it. Seems to be the way around here.
We strive to be better than those we once served. Now, as to the task itself, I am once again in need of a pair of hands to deliver sustenance to our esteemed companions.
It's a part 2 quest.
3 meals for 3 industrious souls. What say you?
Sounds like free money to me. I'd be happy to help. Although it doesn't actually look like we're getting money.
Marvelous. The 3 individuals you'll be seeking out are busying themselves about the hideaway. You'll find one by the entrance, another in the bunks, and the other guarding the cells. Thank you once again, Clive.
So this is like a proper delivery. We're not just like taking things to tables. We're going on a prioritized quest. We're going on a full-on adventure around the joint. Hopefully they all tip very well. I don't want to end up in that situation like that pizza delivery guy who was all over social media for making a fool of himself. I saw some people take his side, but no. No. A-hole. Heard he was fired. Glad. Hope he never gets rehired again and starves to death on the streets. Not really.
Something smells good. For me, I hope.
Don't actually think that.
Courtesy of Kenneth.
Don't even think I can cut that now. It's so, like, ingrained as part of this quest. I'm just being hyperbolic. It happens sometimes.
Oh, my thanks. These birds are needy creatures. They don't like me running after the fat chocobo behind their backs.
They must keep you busy.
There's never a moment's rest. Probably for the best I eat down here, reeking of the staples as I do. I'd only put people off their food. And who has time to wash and dress for dinner when they've got little darlings like these to wait upon, eh? Anyway, thanks for the food, and be sure to give Kenneth my regards.
See, I thought that she was going to say they're needy creatures and that's why she ordered them food. But no, I understand. She can't leave them. Listen, about the pizza guy, I want to roll back to that one and just clarify a few things. I hope that he doesn't die cold and lonely on the streets. I hope that he gets the help that he needs and he finds a job and he sort of figures out that whole temperament thing and goes on to live a happy life. And this whole social media thing doesn't ruin his life.
Back so soon? Fancied another kip in the cells, did you?
Kenneth sent me. He thought you might be hungry.
He wasn't wrong. The way my gut's been growling, I'd have curls running scared.
Guard duty down here can't be much fun.
It's not. But sometimes folk need locking up, and someone has to watch over them. I help people sleep at night, and that's not a boast many can make. You keep yourself on the right side of these bars now, you hear me?
I was already locked up in here once before, so that was a good time. Listen, I want to go back to this whole pizza guy situation, because I've been thinking about it, and actually, you know what? I actually hope that the social media thing kind of spurs him into a bit of fame, and maybe he even gets really successful and world-renowned as this sort of grumpy guy who just says it how it is, and maybe he gets a whole career out of it and makes a lot of fame and fortune, and maybe goes back to that house with the pizza and they become friends because they technically, with their, what he interpreted as an insultingly low tip, is what spurred him on to stardom. That's what I hope for.
Can I help you? Kenneth sent me. Ah, wonderful. Do you hear that? Our food has arrived. Does your appetite still elude you? Is he sick? I'm afraid so. Those no longer in need of a physicker's immediate ministrations are sent here for further rest. I tend to those who cannot tend to themselves, which leaves me very little time for anything else. Happily, Kenneth sees that I stay fed. I would be lost without the kindness of good people like him and yourself. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
That's everyone.
What a kindly man.
Let Kenneth know.
Listen, I want to go back to this whole pizza guy situation, because the more I think about it, the more I think that actually he was out of line. And maybe he's not the worst person in the world, but I think what we see in Pizza Man is a representation of how people these days, they don't have any self-restraint. They just sort of snap and act on first instinct, which is not really a good thing. There's actually a term for that. Self-restraint is definitely a term for it, but there's another one. It's like, what is it? It's like when you... Hold on, let me do a Google search real fast. Self-control, self-discipline, temperance, sure. What is the word? Impulse control. A lot of folks don't have good impulse control, and they just, a thing happens that upsets them or irritates them, and instead of taking a moment to like control the situation, they lash out. So I actually hope he gets drafted into like some foreign legion and ends up on the front lines between like Russia and Ukraine. So it suits him right.
You're back. All done? Wonderful. Here, your reward, as promised.
The hideaway's quite something. Everyone has their place.
A fact we are proud of, believe me. I'm glad you've witnessed it for yourself. You have your place too, of course, as you have just so capably proven, and you will always have a place with us, should you desire it.
It's kind of you to say so.
It is the truth, and not a soul among us would deny it. I look forward to all that you will bring to our little community.
Well, it was a great little series of quests to make us feel like we're more a part of the community here and introduce us to some more individuals. That was actually really solid. And we got a gill bug. Valuable, can be traded for gill. Why not just give us gill directly? I don't know. Anyway, look, I want to go back to the pizza thing just one more time. Just to state that, you know what, I actually want to retract everything I've previously said, and I hope the situation just kind of blows over with no long-term impact on anyone for any reason whatsoever. That's the official Howdy Folks stance. Just take everything else I've said up until this point, you know, and pin it to the wall, and maybe we'll apply it to someone else later. But we do have another quest here. Bahumil? He's the chief botanist, is what you need to know.
You! Newcomer! I need help.
What's the matter?
It's my assistant. She left to gather soil, and I've seen nothing of her since. I cannot concentrate one whit for fear of what might have happened. Please, I beg of you, will you go and check? I have to know.
Where exactly did she go?
All right, I'll go. Marvelous. Thank you. You'll be rewarded for your time, of course.
Whereabouts is she?
Gotan's Bales. It's on the outskirts of Lost.
Oh my gosh, we actually have to leave here for this?
Unaccompanied bearer, perhaps, but the soil there is second to none. Now go, and do not linger. Why, it may already be too late.
I didn't think we would find a side quest that took us outside of here. Go ahead and prioritize that, though. I mean, I'm here for it. It should be a good time. Maybe we need to stock up on some supplies first, though. I'm sorry, little chick. I didn't mean to spook you. So we need to talk to old Nan here as part of the main quest, but I don't want to do that because I'm sort of concerned that if we go ahead and speak with her, that'll trigger the next series of events. Let's just have a little chat with Blackthorn, see if we can't upgrade our weapons anymore. Oh, yeah, don't worry about it, Lucas. Don't worry about it. Listen, we were just talking about current world events and all of that sort of a thing, and nothing you need to worry about at all. I actually don't even remember what I currently have equipped. Maybe that's where I need to start, is figuring that out. So let's see here. We currently have, in our gear and icons section, a Bastard Sword +2, a Dark Sash +1, and Steel Crowns +2. So that's what we're probably looking to upgrade if we're looking to upgrade anything. Use the Forge.
What you want?
What you want? What you want, indeed. So we have Bastard Sword +1. I guess you can't really upgrade it any further than it already is. What about over here? No. Oh, here we try. Oh, I can, well, kind of a downgrade from what we currently have, I think. Okay, so there's not actually much we can do here. I could probably craft whole new things that would be good, like a wolfskin sash, or like whatever this is, battle chains. What I'm kind of getting from all storm cry. I'm sorry, what is this? So spurred by her cries, did wind become storm. That sounds kind of cool. That sounds kind of cool, actually. Compare gear. So compared to what we've got, it's a very modest upgrade, but it can probably be upgraded further, is something of note. As opposed to, oh my gosh, the Gaia Blade, though. While common on the southern continent, worship of the land itself as a deity is almost unheard of in Valisthea. That, however, has not stopped the import of fine steel blades blessed by Gaian presbyters under the claim that they are deadlier and more durable than those forged in the Twins. That's the vibe that I'm getting. I mean, we have a wind shard, and presumably we have a wind shard to craft this particular weapon. But this weapon is better. Like, just, I mean, look at that. 135, 135, 150, 150. I mean, one of these is objectively better than the other. I'll give you that this is, like, unique and rare and everything, and maybe it can be upgraded an incredible degree to be super crazy, but Gaia Blade, though?
If I do say so.
Go ahead and equip that and then also upgrade it as well? That's a huge upgrade! Okay, and then back over here, what have we got? Wolfskin Sash, so-so. Kind of so-so. But the sword, though! And should we go ahead and just... No, we're not going to go ahead and make it. We're going to hold on to that because maybe we can use it for something else. What on earth are you doing over here?
I'm sure I'll be calling on your help again, if you've a mind to lend it. A carpenter's work is never done around here.
I'm sure. Do I need to stop and have conversations with people when they have that above their head? I guess not, considering we're getting the exact same information. Moving heaven and earth. So I guess we're gonna go search for Galton's, and we're gonna go search Galton Bales. What I'm trying to say, we're gonna go do this side quest now. Is what we're gonna go do. And hopefully, there's a mark for it on the map. There is. Excellent. I don't know how long this is going to end up going for. I don't want to start the next quest until we've kind of done everything here, and then we can start that up as its own episode. So hopefully this doesn't go on for too long. Hopefully we just find this individual. Can I sprint in this? Yeah, that's what you do. You just kind of wait patiently. Oh, cool. So I think last time we were here... Dear heavens!
Someone's in trouble.
Yeah, I can tell. was going to say, last time we were here, it was nighttime. I don't think we've been here during the day. What is that horrific noise? Oh, it's spiders. It's big spiders is what they are. Level 19 spiders at that. I don't know what level I am, but gosh darn it. We're going to go ahead and take care of these guys, and we're going to do a bang-up job of it. See what I mean? Bang-up job of it. We're doing good so far. I'm hoping that the thing behind us is the gal we're here to rescue. No, it looks like it's just another spider. Or maybe that's the same spider, or maybe that's a dead spider that's body is currently decaying. No, that is another spider. Is it actively attacking the girl? Oh no, it's going after Torgal. Good. He's capable of actually dealing with that. It's not done yet, though. There's more. There do be more spiders here. That's all right. We can do this little nifty trick. Oh, you son of a gun. Leave me alone. Stop it. Get out of here. If we hold this down, what happens? It's the same thing. It's just fire again. I forgot that one of the things that we could do is draw them towards us if they start, like, drifting too far out, which is great. But also, if we do this, then we can zoom towards them and deliver, like, a powerful blow. Where's the lass who's doing the collecting, though? What happened to them? Okay, well, I mean, the combat encounter is finished. We're level 24 now, which is fantastic. But again, are they dead? What happened? Are they here? Are they alive? I have another question, actually.
It would have been worse if you hadn't come along. Wait, I've seen you around the hideaway. You're new, aren't you?
I'm Clive.
It's unfortunate that your name is Shaken Lady. Oh, never mind.
But what are you doing here?
Looking for you. This is no place for a bearer on her own.
I noticed that. But this soil's not going to collect itself.
Then what if I gathered it for you? You could head back to the hideaway. Just exactly what sort of dirt is it that you need?
What I need is soil. But I'd be a fool to refuse your help after what just happened. It's the good stuff you're looking for. Dark, rich, fragrant. You'll know it when you find it.
He just comes back with chocolate.
Rich and fragrant. Right.
I found this bar of dark chocolate.
You should hurry back. Bohemil seemed worried enough that he might come looking for you himself.
That seems unlikely, but I won't argue with you. Thanks.
No, thank you. Please be safe. Can you find quests in parts of the world that you've previously visited?
There's certainly enough of it here.
Because we're certainly coming back
Is it dark, rich?
to a previously visited area for a side quest. But, like, if I go into town down the way there, would the overworld tell me that there was a quest there, or would I just have to stumble upon it? These are the questions that haunt my nightmares. I appreciate your lurking. I appreciate that. Or are you trying to run some kind of a command? Or are you just saying that you're lurking? I'm not sure what you're attempting there, Lucas. You'll have to explain yourself to me. Surely this vineyard belongs to someone, and they're not going to appreciate that we've come through here and just started... Come on, gather the samples. We're just, like, stealing their dirt?
That should be enough.
According to the mini-map, there doesn't appear to be any place around here where there's a side quest. But I don't know about the open world map.
I better get it back to the hideaway.
Yeah, no, you're actually correct. Is there any useful information in here? Oh, you know what? I was wondering, okay, Dominant Siva and Clive's childhood friend. In the wake of the tragedy at Phoenix Gate, Jill was taken prisoner, blah, 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 blah. I was kind of hoping for, like, a history on her and how we came to be friends with her. But that's fine, too. So we can get to the overworld map like that. And then you'd hope that maybe hovering over one of these would tell you if there was, like, a side quest to be had there. But I think that symbol just means that we have an active side quest there, not a new one or anything. These are questions that will haunt me until I stop caring about them. Just letting you know. Okay, thank you. I appreciate it. Power washing any minute. Okay. Well, hey, you guys can just hang around. That's fine. I think after this, I'm trying to decide if I want to record one more episode or if we're going to call it here, because this is, it's only been about an hour now. But I don't know. It's that thing of there's things to do today, and I could probably push it back another hour and be fine. But I'm not actually sure. Hold on. Boom. That's gonna, the response to what I just sent out is gonna be the determining factor in whether or not there is a second episode recorded. So we're gonna have to wait on that and find out. So I understand, like, moving heaven and earth. I get the idea that we're moving earth. We're literally bringing this man soil. But the heaven part, like, is she supposed to be heaven? She's kind of attractive, I guess, but I don't know. I mean, Jill is, like, right back in the other room, so...
And? All safe and sound?
Oh. Yeah, she's standing right there.
Not the girl?
The soil! Yeah, so this guy cared more about the soil than the girl.
Yes. Here.
Glorious! When Martel came home empty-handed, I almost had a fit. But with this, my research can continue. First and foremost come the measurements. I must know how much ether each sample contains. From there...
Wait, so you were never...
Worried about me? Sorry to disappoint you, but the only thing he worries about is his research.
But that's...
That's all right. It's just how he is. And if it wasn't for him, we wouldn't be growing anything in these ruins. It's a small price to pay. Although, you shouldn't have to pay it too. Did he even offer you anything for helping? Ugh. Here. I know it's not much, but it's something, at least. I wish I could offer you some fruit too, but you're not likely to thank me if I do. Still, we'll grow something worth eating one of these days, and when we do, you'll have first pick.
All right. Interesting characters around here, aren't there? And we got some Valley Matter for it. We love that. So I guess now the only question is, if we go back up to Jill's room, will we actually, like, walk in on her changing? Or is the game not that perverse, right? Because there's definitely a joke about it. But, or is it just not going to let us in at all? Jill's still sitting on her bed.
I told you to make yourself scarce. Your friend needs to get dressed.
She's got a funny way of doing it there. Well, I think that does it for today's episode. When we come back next time, we'll be continuing on our adventure back to where this all began, where I can only assume more horrible things will happen. Until then, thank you folks for watching. God bless you. We'll talk to the Moogle next time as well. Bye! And that's the end of that episode. I think I got my message. You putting your face cam in these? Yeah. Yeah, I am. It's, Lucas, have you not watched them? Have you not watched any of the episodes? Goodness gracious. I wouldn't expect you to. If you've been watching the live ones, why would you go back and rewatch the cut ones? It's the same content. So I can now confirm that I guess I will go ahead and record another one. You've not watched one. That's fine. You don't need to. Yeah, so what I'm doing is when I do the actual edit, because I want to have access to just the game footage if I decide to make a video on the Howdy Folks Gaming channel just about the game. I don't want to have my face on the game itself. So what I've been doing is I've been having it kind of plonked into the corner and then just sort of feathered into existence, which I actually don't like. Looking back on it, I wish I'd kept the frame and everything, but I feel weird changing it partway through the series at this point. I did the first 3 like that, and I'm just kind of stuck with it. But yeah, the way that it is just... I just move this box over into the window when editing, and it's been working pretty well. But I now know what my evening's going to look like, more or less, and I reckon I can squeeze in one more recording, so let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Howdy, folks! How are y'all doing? My name is Reese, and welcome back to another episode of our Final Fantasy XVI. Definitely didn't forget what I was playing for a second. Let's Play Adventure, where we are going to speak to a Moogle today. We're also going to do the main story, and also my ear itches.
They even have a Moogle.
Never seen one in the flesh. Oh, he's going to actually finish the dialogue. Well, here I am, so drink it in, Kupo.
I'm sure it's said in my father's bestiary that they live deep in the forest, and that they never reveal themselves to humans.
He knows his stuff, but what he doesn't know is that Nectar the Bold is no ordinary...
Clive.
Wait. Do you understand Moogle tongue, Kupo?
So it would seem.
Yeah, what's that all about? Finally, Kupo! I've been trying to talk to these people ever since the winds carried me here, but none of them understand a word I say. I can't read that fast. I can't read that fast. But now, here you are, my pom-pom's safe at last, you can hear me. You actually hear me, Kupo. That's it. Well, good, because God bless, I mean, it's our little secret, Kupo. Yeah, good. I'll have to check in the editing how he actually ended up here or whatever else he said, because my gosh, he talks so darn fast.
What do you want?
To say farewell. We're leaving.
Good decision. Better that than buried out there in the black. You've got a lot to thank that girl for, you know.
I know. And I will.
Now, what do you really want? We both know you don't come here for conversation.
Stuff! We want some stuff! What do we want? Oh, so we could just, like, have bought the blade that we manufactured, but we're not going to do that. We might be able to find better things here. Yeah, like a gold work sash. How much money do I have? Oof! I've got 16,000. That's not really... It's not really a lot. Fortunately, there's not a lot here I want to buy. What's this? Rook's Gambit? Reduces Rook's Gambit cooldown time. Residual Wind Ether. I mean, that's not super useful to me. Potions we're kind of low on. So that's going to be like number one, right? We're going to go ahead and... I don't want to max out my potions because I'll probably find some more in the field. I'll tell you what. Let's do that.
Find a better price than that.
And then we'll kind of leave it there. And then we will go ahead and get the Gold Work Sash.
It'd better all be here.
Go ahead and equip it.
Off you go, then. And best of luck.
Thanks, you old...
I should probably say
Caterwallop.
Gav too.
What I actually need to do is not talk to Gav, but go over here and now upgrade that piece that we just purchased, because it's not good enough on its own. I've got to go ahead and already start, like, tinkering with it. So, I mean, come on. That's a pretty substantial upgrade right there.
My best work, but it'll do.
We also have, nope, that's it. Okay, good.
Anything else?
All right, so I think we're much more prepared for whatever awaits us outside. And then, where is Gav? Probably over here, marked by what we're currently supposed to be doing.
So your mind's made up, is it?
We'll be leaving for Rosaria as soon as we're able.
Back down memory lane, eh? Rosaria ain't what she used to be, Clive. Not since the Imperials moved in. First sign of trouble, you make straight for Martha's Rest and ask for the landlady. She's a friend of the cause. Tell her you was Sid, and she'll help you out.
Understood. Thank you, Gav.
Yeah.
I'd be lost without you.
Yeah, I'm just doing my job.
Yeah, don't get too handsy with
Make
Gav.
such a fuss. You take care, all right? Oh, I'm crap at goodbyes. Where's Sid when you need him?
Give him my regards when he gets back.
I will.
Sorry to keep you
So
waiting.
bad at whistling.
My lady.
Ready.
I'm surprised Sid's not going with us on this little expedition. I'm sure he'll turn up. So far, this isn't following the standard, like, Final Fantasy trope of go around, build a party. Like, we're going around and meeting people, and they're joining us for these little jaunts, but they're not really sticking around, which is, in my humblest of opinions, rather tragic. I did press the record button, Lucas. What are you trolling me for? Alright. 3 reads. Rising waters transformed once fertile farmland into a noisome morass, rendering it nigh uninhabitable to all but leeches and lizards. What a miserable sounding location. Can't wait to head that way. Are we going to have to go on a really long pilgrimage to get back to Rosaria? It kind of seems that way. Also, what is up with those spires? Are those from the Fallen?
Rosaria. It's been 13 years.
But this breeze, the smell of the grass, it's just as I remember it.
You haven't been back either.
I couldn't. Bran did keep a close watch on each other in the Imperial Army. You'd get beheaded just for knowing a deserter. The only way out was on a mission.
I see.
But mostly I was afraid. Afraid to go back.
I know.
But I'm here now. Thanks to you.
It doesn't look nearly as miserable as described in the label when we were fast traveling here. But then again, we're not down into the thick of it yet, and I'm sure it just gets worse from here. Can we talk about the big spires? Oh, you know what? I wonder if it possibly mentions them here. It doesn't, unless it's somewhere in a nation occupying the western reaches of the continent of Storm, with Rosalith as its capital. When the duchy was left leaderless in the aftermath of the attack on Phoenix Gate in the year 680, or 860 even, the Ironbloods seized the opportunity to attack the capital. Their campaign did not last long, however, as the Holy Empire of Sanbreque soon returned in full force to stake its own claim, leaving the once proud duchy no choice but to submit and become an imperial vassal state.
That inn at the top of the hill must be Martha's Rest. Gav said the landlady's a friend.
But can we say the same for her patrons?
Imperials don't tend to take well to those with my mark. If anyone asks, I'm a branded soldier, sworn to protect my noble mistress.
Cool, who's the noble mistress? Oh, I get it. Yeah, no, I follow along. What about the dog? Do we have a cover story for the dog? How are we going to explain his presence? Hey, how are you folks doing?
Explains why there's a premium on Imperials.
Okay, well, so be it. What's up with that? Can I attack it? Can I get it? It looks like a really big... It's a bighorn. It certainly is that. I'll give it that much. It is definitely a bighorn. It's sort of hideous looking, if we're being honest. It's one of the ugliest things I've ever seen. That was clearly just a perfectly timed attack, and I'm not sure why the dodge failed. Why is fighting the cow difficult?
My wounds, boy.
Where is he going? Where is he going? I don't even know why I decided to attack this thing. He wasn't in my way. He wasn't presenting a challenge. I simply made the choice that I wanted to attack the bighorn. And good riddance to him, honestly. He's just kind of hideous looking, and he doesn't deserve to live in these lovely fields. He's stinking the place up with his disgusting, weird, gray, lifeless flesh, oddly straight horns, and odd hair. Look at his hair. Why does he have spiky hair? He's a cow. Cows ought not have spiky hair. Also, he's got an oddly, like, bushy tail. I'm not here for it. I'm fighting him because he's different, and that's not okay. It's not... Well, listen, I am the prince of these lands. I dictate what is and is not acceptable in my kingdom, and you are a disgusting interloper. I want a normal cow back. Someone just bring me back a normal cow. I don't feel like that's too much to ask for. Jeez, he's really going crazy right now, isn't he? Suppose I ought to take a potion. Oh, she can also heal me, I guess is what's happening there, which is cool. Wish I'd realized it was happening sooner. Good gosh. Back on my feet, though. We're not giving up this fight. It's going to be fine. What does it take to really, like, get the dodges on this guy just right? All right, big guy. You're not going to get another hit on me like that. We're going to go the remainder of this attack without me taking any damage. See, I told you. You had the audacity to question me. Good riddance, too. I hate you. I hate everything about you. I hate your big clumped feet. I hate the scales on your back. I'm glad that you're gone. Restoring Rosaria to the way it used to be. And, oh, great, there's giant lobsters as well. This place is horrific. I don't want to restore this kingdom anymore. I just kind of want to go and not come back. Maybe it was better that it fell and the Imperials can just have it. I don't really want to be bothered putting up with it. It's a lot of nonsense around here. Just a lot of disgusting, nonsensical beasts. I can't even explain why they're here. Are those more big crabs? See, from a distance I thought they were scorpions, but what is a crab if not the scorpion of the sea? With a tail stinger that don't work right. Well, look, they've got living plants. That's exactly what this is. I told you. I knew it when I looked at it. I said, that's a death blossom. This is a horrible country. This land is terrible. Maybe it wasn't always like this. Maybe it's because, like, you know, our father and brother died, and there was no one around to cull the population of death blossoms and hideous cows. That's what we're here for. We're here to restore the kingdom to its former glory. Just like we did that time we went and fought the goblin men out in the swamps. That was just us doing our sworn duty. I really don't like these things, though. They're actually quite hideous. I'm sort of having this horrible thought of what would happen if I went outside to just do, you know, my basic lawn care sort of a situation. And while I was just trying to mow out of a slightly... Like, because that water back there wasn't very deep, so just out of a puddle, after a rainstorm, one of these things shows up. Horrific. It would ruin my day. The rest of my day would be ruined. It's like when you're a kid and you see a crawdad come crawling out of a little mound in the ground, and you weren't expecting it, and you weren't anticipating it, and you're kind of just icked out a little bit. It's like that, but to a much higher degree, because they're massive. Also, what are they called? Cray Claw? It's a horrible name, too. I don't know. I'm not happy about this. I wouldn't be... It would ruin the rest of my... I would probably not... You know what? It's bad enough when you're, like, jumped by a snake. Like, even a harmless snake, if you're not anticipating it, you know, all of your instincts, like, they fire up, and you start freaking out a little bit. You, like, take a step back and a deep breath, and you realize, oh, no, I'm fine. It's just like a little chicken snake or something. Get out of here, you. But for that brief moment, you're so terrified, you're like, I'm just done for the day. I'm gonna go back inside now. Mowing the yard can wait till tomorrow. It's that, but you just get your mower too close to a puddle and a giant land, sea, hybrid scorpion, a crab creature comes out, lobster creature. You're done. You're just done. Maybe it doesn't even attack you. Maybe you just... And then don't get me started, you go to weed eat and all of a sudden the death blossom's coming out after you. How do people do lawn care in this kingdom? Not good. Not well. What are these? What are these? What are these disgusting approximation of deer? It's an antelope. That's not an antelope. If that's an antelope, then I'm a gosh darn five-guy burger and fry. A combo meal is what I am. Look at this. They're so skinny and disgusting. This is a cursed place and I hate it. This is not the direction we need to be going in either, but if we have a look at our map, yeah, look at this. The Whispering Waters? Yeah, there's going to be loot back here. Probably also some horrific creatures, no doubt. Yeah, see, it's way too chill back here right now. There's birds, they're flying away. What's wrong with this place? Here they come. It's more claws. It's more disgusting prey claws. I don't even know how to handle this moving forward. I'm just sort of beside myself. I mean, none of this has anything to do with our actual quest here. So I hope that you all understand. This is all just for my own benefit. I want to make sure that when we leave this place, we don't have to worry about these things anymore. I'm not going to be able to get back to the hideaway and sleep peacefully in my bunk, knowing that we left these things alive. And not only, you know, now that we've destroyed some of their kin, they're going to be out for revenge. They're going to have a V for Vendetta against us. A movie I've never seen, but I know that it's got maybe Hugo Weaving and Natalie Portman, which means that it's basically a Star Wars and Lord of the Rings crossover film as far as I'm concerned. What the actual plot is, I don't know. I know that a lot of people who want to protest like capitalism and corporatism will buy the masks from V for Vendetta and then wear them, but then that's like a company owns those, like a big corporate company, and they make a lot of money every time you do that. So it, like, really what you should be doing is like 3D printing your own. Not that I'm supporting anything that would be illegal or be in violation of copyright, but really, I'm just saying, if you're like serious about your cause, is this a side quest? I asked previously.
Building the bridge then.
After what happened at Phoenix Gate, it didn't seem the highest priority.
Right. I wondered if we would find side quests in previously visited areas. It didn't occur to me that we might find them just passing through random areas. But naturally we would. Yeah, no, this place has seen better days. It's overrun by goblin men! I went through the effort of taking care of these guys. You're telling me they're just back now? That's so disappointing, after everything I went through to deal with these guys. I mean, they're no match for us, obviously, at this point. In our adventure, we've, like, superpowered ourselves. We can absolutely stomp on these guys. Not that they were difficult to begin with, but still. Look at that. That guy tried to get one in on me, and he couldn't. Bless him. It's because he sucks. I mean, this is kind of a bigger dude, too. Oh, bless his soul. Hold on. We're going to go ahead and have this ready to do one of these. Yeah, there we go. Wasn't this guy considered like a little mini-boss before? I'm gonna go ahead and say not anymore. Bless. I'm just upset that the goblin men are back. We went through all of that effort. It kind of makes it feel like level 2 wasn't even worth it. If we just not even bothered with the goblin men and we'd just gone to visit with our brother and father from the very get-go, could we have somehow avoided the whole nasty business with our brother and father being brutally murdered? Perfect execution on a parry that wasn't even intentional. That's what I'm all about.
My wounds, boy.
That'll help.
It'd be great if this guy would drop a potion of some kind. I could definitely use it. Oh. All right, are we done with the goblins? Is that all the goblins? Have we managed the situation? Has the area been restored to its former glory? Watch this be part of the quest that's over there. Hey, my home's over there in the ruins. Would you go deal with the goblin scum that have taken it over? And then what? Is Clive going to say we already did it? Or are they going to respawn and we have to do it again because now we have a quest for it? You'd like to think it'd be one of those things. Probably end up being the other. Or it could be entirely unrelated to the goblins. This guy might just be like, because I noticed a bunch of chocobos around here. Help! My cart flipped over. Will you help me stand it up, please?
Here, you couldn't give me an hand, could you? Typical. A bloody bearer. Just when I thought my luck had changed.
I'd be happy to give you a hand. You don't have to be like that about the situation.
Better a crumb of crystal than an empty hand, I suppose. Though it pains me to use another man's branded. Here, you understand me, don't you? I need your help.
I can speak.
Must have caught a whiff of my cargo, and now they've got me surrounded. It's pretty late as it was. I've got something special needs delivering before the rest, but I dare not leave my cart untended. You couldn't run it up to Martha's Rest for me, could you? Needs to get there quick, mind.
I mean, that's where I'm headed anyway.
Fine.
That's the spirit. All right. Here. You hand that to the stable master and no one else. I'm owed a little something for it. If he gives it to you, pass it along to your master by way of thanks. Be off with you then, and don't go taking any detours on the way.
It would be hilarious, you know, since we're playing the role of her servant, if she demanded the payment. It'd also be frustrating, though, because let's be honest, we've done all the work here. We're the ones physically lugging whatever this is up here. I kind of feel the need to stop and fight everything. I don't know why. We don't have to. The game isn't pressuring us to. But, like, it's free XP. And it would almost feel like we would be, like, doing ourselves a disservice if we didn't. Excuse me there, bird. Or whatever you are. Uncalled for aggression. Oh, it's a hornet. Of course it is. I should have realized. From the just unnecessary aggressive assault. I wasn't attacking either of you two. I was trying to fight a completely different creature, not even the same species as you. You felt the need to butt in, and now you're getting what's coming to you. Sorry, what was that about taking risks? I'm just trying to get whatever this is over here in the swamp. This is gonna be like Shrek's front door key. We'll go give him a visit. I don't care. It's a sharp fang, just lying out here in the swamp, as does happen from time to time. Right. Okay, let's not get distracted again. Let's get like a razor's focus on our goal. Wow, they're actually like trying to get. Can I even hit them with one of these if we're not like in combat already? I've got to kill the antelope. Again, I hate them as well. They're disgusting, hideous creatures. I can't allow them to leave this space. Who knows? We might even be able to eat them at some point. That would be a great touch. If we get to the fire and at some point someone's like, oh, I'm hungry. I've got a side quest. Can you go get me something to eat? And I'm like, dude, I've got so much antelope on me right now. All we're getting for it, though, is bloody hides, which I'm sure have some form of resell value. I don't think we'll eat them. Maybe we can craft clothing with them. I don't know. I've not paid attention to that sort of a thing. But at least we've got like a healthy supply of them at this point. And also XP. We've got to get the XP. Because I'm assuming if we don't kill everything in a map, we're going to get to a point in the game where the enemies are way too tough for us because I didn't adequately level us when we had the opportunity. Or maybe I'm just thinking of Xenoblade now, where there's just these completely random, sudden spikes in difficulty where if you weren't doing every side quest that was presented to you, you're about to suffer for it. You're going to suffer for your lack of vision. Okay, but is there anything else out here? Oh, it's just another one of these disgusting creatures. How is this all laid out? So I would expect there to be something tucked away here. Can we slip past this guy and get to it without fighting him? Like, don't get me wrong, I'm going to fight the bighorn. I will not suffer a bighorn to live. But we actually do have to slip. Oh, here we go. Yeah, there we are. And then also back here, though? No, there's just no reason for this little area to exist. Oh, I guess we're doing this now, are we? I wonder if I'd attacked him right as he started charging, if that would have counted as a parry. You really have to be willing to just stand there and get real close to getting hit in order for a dodge to be effective with this guy, in order to get the timing right on it. And I'm not that comfortable. I know that I'm not that skilled. Actually, Torgal, can you sick him?
Give them all you've got, boys.
Yeah, see what I mean? Like, unless you're willing to be right underneath it as that comes down, your dodge is not going to count as like a well-timed dodge. Hey, Gilliam! Oh, are you heading to bed? Well, hey, thanks for tuning in and saying hi. I appreciate it. Also, Lucas, I know better than to hit Alt F4, and also this is on a PlayStation, so there is no Alt F4. you goober. It was a good attempt, though. Very funny. Future generations of channel members, when they come back to do a pilgrimage through these earlier videos, are going to come back and just yuck it up when they see that for sure. I've oftentimes wondered that, right? If you go back and you watch like Howdy Folks content over the course of the last 10 years, particularly the live stuff, there's certain people who are like always going to be there. So are they going to become... Like, let's say you have a person who becomes like a Howdy Folks super fan. Maybe in the future, the idea of making Micah and Brenton famous pays off, right? And then I just become like a behind-the-scenes editor, and I live out the remainder of my days in peace. But the Howdy Folks brand is real big, and there are people who are like super fans who go through and do like a pilgrimage through all the old content. They're going to see me reacting to certain people more than others, right? Just because they're there more often than not. So will people see the names Gilliam and Lucas Kitts and Jake Yates? And will they be like, oh my gosh, that's them. I know that name because I hear them spoken of so often. Like how I know Marcus Tinman, but I know that name because they wrote into the Yogpod for one episode, and they spoke. Maybe they mentioned him again in another one, but they were just like, oh, he's got the strength of 10 men, right? They just went on a whole bit about him. So now, whoever that random guy is, just another Yognaut, no real different to me and my own fandom. But because they like made a big deal about his name, he's like a legend in the fandom now. For like future generations of big Howdy Folks fans, is that what your folks' name's going to be like? You got your big L and your big G. I don't think that flipping the breakers in my house is going to give me a weapons upgrade, but I'll go give it a try real quick. I'll go see what happens. How about that? It's just a thought that I had the other day. It's just something I don't know. Sometimes I just have these ideas. Like, can we all foresee a future where like you folks are like as big a part of the Howdy Folks legend as everyone's favorite Howdy Folker, Jenna? Because let's be honest, Jenna's everyone's favorite.
Here we are. Martha's Rest.
I wonder if she has a vineyard around here. That's a reference to a location. We're not going up there just yet. I don't think it's actually, like, there's no time limit on when we need to get that box delivered. I certainly hope not, because I'm very busy right now trying to get a killer bee. Come on down here and get me. Oh, you know what I can do? You know what I just realized I can do? That. I don't have to go to them. I can make them come to me. Excellent. Do the same thing with this hornet. Was the hornet hanging out with the killer bee? Are they friends? Are they buddies? Because don't normally hornets and bees don't go together. I watched a video of a hornet invading a bee's nest. Or beehive, if you're so inclined. Oh, beehive. And it didn't go well for the hornet. I mean, granted, it stuck it out for a long time. It basically had to be smothered to death, which looked really brutal. It's not like how I would want to go. For a bit of honey? No, thank you. I will let people who run bee honey hive farms do that for me. I do eat a lot of honey these days, though. I've gone on a sort of diet that I'm getting back on now again, because I did it for a week and then went on Independence Day vacation with the family and completely ruined it. And I say it's a diet, but it's not like a I'm losing weight kind of diet, not in that sense. Rather, who are these guys? What are these guys? Rather, like, I mean diet in the sense of, this is my diet. This is what I eat, right? Like how dogs have a diet. Like, they eat certain things. That's what I mean when I say diet. And it's like a mostly animal product diet. So it's like mostly meat, mostly eggs, mostly, like, dairy. And then on top of that, I went ahead and added honey, because I'm like, that comes from an animal. That's just as animal product as anything else. So I've been eating, like, no refined sugars. None whatsoever. So I've been eating primarily honey as a sweetener. And people are like, oh, so you're on a low-carb diet. No, I never said anything about low-carb. I said animal product. Most of that is extremely low-carb. But I also do eat honey. And I eat fruits and vegetables from time to time. It's just the priority is meats, dairy, and eggs. And so I mean, I'll tell you, a delicious treat that I found is you get a little bit of milk. I tried it with a little bit of heavy cream as well. Not all heavy cream, but like milk and a little bit of heavy cream. And so you get that, and then you mix that with a little bit of cinnamon and a little bit of vanilla and a squirt of honey, and it's like liquid sopapilla. It's delicious. It's like, it's the new treat, right? When you can't have cookies and ice cream and things, you can just have that. And it's super sweet. I've actually toned it down since then. I was using more honey at first. I'm like, actually, it's really good with just like a subtle bit of honey. Like a subtle little bit of sweetening is almost better. And that's sort of the new dessert that I have these days. And listen, I'm not saying anyone else should partake in this bizarro diet I've manufactured for myself. But what I am saying is, like, if you like, do you like milk? Do you like a little bit of heavy cream? Do you like cinnamon? Do you like vanilla? Do you like honey? Do you like a sopapilla? If you like a sopapilla, then by all means, this is something you ought to try. It's very good. Highly recommended. How long have I been recording? 30 minutes? 30 minutes of me basically walking through a field, fighting random animals, and having a bizarro, unrelated conversation. This is almost going to be an episode unto itself. I should probably have to divide this one in two. I have to divide it in twain. Come here, you. What happened there? Wait, I don't even understand what just happened. The screen just got weird for a second. What was that? Well, it's past whatever it was. I feel like something was about to pop up there, and it didn't. Maybe I did like a perfect parry, but then the moment was over, so it just didn't bother displaying it or something. I genuinely don't know. I also don't know if we found anything over here, did we? Was there like a chest or anything worth finding? I think there was just another way up the side of the mountain that we could have taken. This is the closest thing to a truly open area we've had this entire game. It is mostly a series of hallways, but it kind of feels like a more traditional... I mean, I've not played that many Final Fantasy games. I've played mostly 7 games. Not 7 games total, but games relating to 7. And then a tiny little smidge of 15. But this is more along the lines of what I've anticipated. Hello.
Are you the stable master? I was asked to deliver this to you.
This is for me, right enough. Not sure what some bearer's doing bringing it to me, though. Where's that fool of a peddler got to?
He couldn't come himself. His cart's surrounded by wild chocobos.
Huh. Sounds about right. He'll have it full of Gizal greens, no doubt. Crammed with them, if I know him.
Gizal greens?
Chocobos go mad for them, don't they? And if you forget to seal the cart up tight, the smell gets out, and birds come running from miles around.
What a funny concept.
Don't get me wrong. They're a fine investment for a savvy merchant, especially around these parts. But you can't get greedy, as our mutual friend is learning the hard way. Still, I got my wares, and that's all that matters. Be sure to pass your master my regards.
This almost feels like just an introduction to side quests during main mission. Right? It's just like, hey, see, this one's just linear. Just do what you were already doing, and then at the end of it, you'll get a little extra reward. Does he have anything else to add?
Travelers and merchants aplenty through here. Enough to keep me busy, that's for certain.
Absolutely. Can we talk to her? She's technically our master. All right. Well, we've made a fool of ourselves just jumping for no reason in front of our childhood best friend and maybe love interest. So we're just going to keep on running now and pretend like that didn't happen. It sounded like they were having some kind of a great conversation, but I'm not going to engage with it. So we were right down there before, and it looks like we could have come up over here if we so chose. But I wonder to what end.
Arthur is as friendly as Gav claims.
Let's go and find out, shall we?
For a minute, it definitely felt like we're about to enter like a pitched combat encounter.
We'll take him over when the bridge is back.
See, that's not a very interesting conversation. We're going to carry on. Ooh. So this has already been activated, one assumes?
Here. Has this thing always been glowing?
No, that's recent as of my arrival. Well, this is a lovely little village with lovely little people. This lady's got a bonnet. What a wonderful touch. Bonnets need to come back into style. Big bonnet fan over here. 10 out of 10. Would bonnet again. Heck, I might wear a bonnet. You know, if it was the fashionable thing. As you folks know me, I am real into fashion. It means a lot to me. I'm definitely not being sarcastic right now. Should we give this place a thorough once-over? I'm sure we'll have an opportunity to in the future. Definitely can't go that way, but it seems like there would be treasure down there. Do you think they'll stop me?
Bridge is down. If you're heading for Eastpool, you'll have to wait.
I mean, what if I just ran down here anyway? This would be a great place to just put a little chest with a little bit of something in it. and they simply chose not to. And that's all right. You know what? I appreciate they didn't want to waste our time, except they did, because they would have known I was going down there to check anyway. And they made the choice like, there won't be anything when he gets down there, and he'll realize he's wasted his time. That's what I imagine the developers of this game sound like when they talk about their fan base. Right. Oh, here we go. Who's this fella?
Anything catch your eye?
Ooh. Okay, so he's got things that are worse than what we've already got. But he's got more sections, so he'll sell us some like random ingredients. The Founder's Footsteps orchestration roll. A tattered slip of parchment upon which has been hastily scrawled several bars of music and the title The Founder's Footsteps. The melody seems familiar, but the author is unknown. Adds a new song to the Hideaway's orchestra. 20,000 gil! I'm going to give that a pass. I am going to go ahead, though, and pick up a couple more potions.
Thanks very much.
Yeah, we're going to max that out. You know what? We'll max this out as well.
Thanks very much.
I made the decision not to when we were back because I thought we might find some more as we explored. I was wrong. We did not. So we're going to stock up now, and hopefully we can come back here in the future if needs be. I suppose if we find a place we can fast travel to, we can leave a level mid-go and probably come back afterward if we need to leave and get supplies. Oh, they're talking about proper leaders. Not just selling our blades and our bodies. Sorry, how are you making money? I mean, do what you gotta do, I suppose. Hello. How are you?
Excuse me. Would you happen to be the landlady?
Depends who's asking, and why they have an Imperial bearer with them.
For protection, which hopefully won't be needed. If you can advise me on the safest route to the west.
It's your friend here I'd be worried about. Bearers don't have an easy time of it in Rosaria. Even a Stratton lad like him might attract the wrong kind of attention. And if he gets nabbed, it ain't likely to end well for you either.
Then we'll just have to stay out of the malicious way. Gav said you might be able to help us.
Follow me.
It's like flashing your secret membership card, right? When you're in the store and you're like, actually, I'm a Costco member. And they're like, come around to the back.
Sorry for before. Can't be too wary of strangers asking questions in our game. I'm Martha, an old friend of Sid's. He said he had high hopes for a bearer who joined recently. I expect that's you. So, where is it you're headed?
For Phoenix Gate. We have questions that need answering.
Is that so? Well, if you want to avoid the garrison, the road through Eastpool's your best bet. Or it would be, if the bridge hadn't collapsed. A right bloomin' nuisance it is. We've had no trade with the village for weeks. I did ask our carpenter to take a look at it. But he went out on another job, and he hasn't come back.
Do you think something might have happened to him?
Fingers crossed he's just taking his time. The alternative don't bear thinking about.
We'll find him.
Is this going to be a situation...
Make sure he's safe. We both need that bridge repaired. Your carpenter sounds like the man to do it.
I see why Sid's got such a soft spot for you. If you could, I'd be in your debt.
See...
You said that he went out on a job?
Right. He went down into the marshes to check on another bridge. The one by the Fallen Gate.
The marshes were dangerous at the best of times. We should hurry.
There's a ladder to the side of the gate. That's the quickest way down, if you've a head for heights. His name is Bernard. Should you find him well, tell him Martha sent you, and that he's wanted at the bridge to Eastpool.
See, I was sort of hoping this would be a situation where we would get a quest to go, like, do a mini-game to rebuild the bridge. And maybe it would play that song from Red Dead 2. It's like... A game that I've not played, but I've heard that song. Give me a hammer, I'll swing it, however it goes. So many times. Because Brenton unironically seems to love and adore it, and plays it in the car frequently. Oh, can we not slide down this thing? Okay, I'm hitting the buttons you would use in 7 Remake to slide down, and it is not working. This is that ladder from before, though, that we saw. Oh, that's going to be him, I guess. Yeah, okay, here we go. All the animals have respawned. The guy's under siege. Under lockdown. 18... What are they called? 18 crate claws under the bridge at Ram Ranch. Just don't look that up. Or if you're do, I don't care. You can do whatever you want to. You know what? This is a free, independent nation. Pursue your interests and dreams. See it be of no concern to me. I do need to play the Red Dead games at some point. We started one for Just a Bite ages ago, when like the 4K patch came out for Xbox One X at the time, which was crazy, and it also like leveled out the frame rate for the first time in the game's history. And then I own two. I think my darling beloved mother got it for me for Christmas one year. I think the year it came out. And I've just not had the opportunity to play it, and I'd like to. I think I might even own the Spider-Man. I do own the Spider-Man game for PS4.
You saved my life. Not at all. You're Bernard the carpenter, yes?
I am. I didn't realize my name was known so widely.
I'm a friend of Martha's. She asked us to come and find you.
Well, I'm very grateful for it. I just finished checking these piles when I turn around. I see a gang of slavering monsters looking to feast on my flesh. If you hadn't come when you did, I'd have been snipped into strips by now.
We're just glad you're safe.
I best go and give my regards to the landlady then, hey?
Actually, she asked that if we found you, we should beg you make haste to repair the bridge to Eastpool.
Of course. I said I'd take a look at it, but it clean slipped my mind. I'll head up there straight away. The trusses are still sturdy. It's just a matter of replacing the stringers and relining the deck. I'll have it done in no time.
Thank you, Bernard. We were hoping to take the road to Eastpool ourselves. We're very grateful for your help. And sorry for asking this of you after what you've been through.
I owe you my life. Fixing a bridge is the least I can do.
That's true.
Thank you, my lady. And you too, son. You're with Sid, ain't ya? Me and him, we go way back. Not as far as Martha, mind, but far enough.
I see.
Well, I best get cracking then. You go and let Martha know I'm all right, and she'll have her bridge back soon enough.
We will.
I'm really upset that we're not going to get our bridge building minigame, though. I like to picture it as maybe having been like a rhythm game where you've got to hammer in the nails in time. So you get like and you just like hit the trigger button to hammer in the nails. And if you mess up, Jill goes, "Oh, you missed one." See, that's good game design. What are these guys doing? What's going on here? Oh boy. Brooks, no sharps. Martha Brooks, no sharps. The following cheatery will be repaid with a swift boot to the arse. Mucking, stacking, packing, peeking, palming, foisting, and fingering. Alright then. Undressing greens of... listen, I don't actually care. I don't actually care. It's interesting there's things around here to read, but let's focus on the plot.
Ah, you're back. What happened? Did you find Bernard?
We did. He's fine, and he'll have the bridge to Eastpool repaired soon.
Well, thank the Founder for that.
It was lucky we found him when we did. The creatures out there are not to be trifled with.
It's the Blight's fault. They'd nothing to eat in the north, so they come down here hunting for food. He can't keep going out alone. I'll have to arrange a guard for him. But anyway, thank you. I don't have a lot to offer in return, but you're welcome to rest here until the repairs are finished.
We'd be delighted.
It's a kind enough offer. We'll absolutely take it. Building bridges. Literally, though. It's not even metaphorical. Unless maybe it's a double entendre, like it means both. Which makes sense, because we built bridges with the community as well.
You wait. Flagon of Imperial gold, perhaps? Tastes like swill, but it'll slake a thirst.
No, thank you. I prefer the truth. About why there are so few bearers around here.
Yes. There were more of them when we were young. Far more.
Is this the Empire's doing? Have they been sent away?
They have, aye. Either to the Legions or Oriflamme. Seems the miners at Drake's Head are having a hard time keeping up with demand of late. So the bearers make up the shortfall. Time was they used to dole out crystals like sugar plums, even down here in the provinces, but not anymore. Nowadays, they'll jump at any excuse to confiscate our bearers so they can be put to work elsewhere. I always knew the Empire treated their branded like shit, but after seeing it with my own eyes, well...
Ah, Thea! Congratulations on the new arrival. And you got the little laddie with you?
It was a bearer. The boy I carried for 9 long moons. A bloody bearer.
Oh, you poor thing. You gave it to the constables then?
Just left it at the garrison, I let them deal with it. Couldn't wait to be rid of the blasted thing. Been wanting it gone since the moment I found out.
Well, it's all dealt with now. So no harm done,
That's
eh?
awful.
Mum, he weren't my brother, was he?
No. But you'll have one soon enough. You just have to be patient. All right?
All right.
What's messed up?
Unbelievable, innit?
Yeah, a little bit.
Bearers may have been looked down on back in Archduke Elwin's day, but they were still human beings. Now they've fallen so far, a beggar wouldn't spit on them.
Imagine a world where you have people with magical powers, and they're the ones, they're not in control.
Since you're not drinking, do me a favour and take that to the Abbey. There's a darkness at the heart of this world, and I'd have you see it.
And we'll see it at an abbey.
Glademond Abbey, on the shore of Sorrowwise Bay. The abbot there is a friend. Tell him Martha sent you, and he'll show you what I mean.
Understood.
Prioritize quests, absolutely. This is a dark, dark world we found ourselves in. Make for the bay. Oh, that's like in a whole different region, I guess. Am I going to have to like travel there manually? Well, I guess we'll wait for that next time. Till then, thank you folks for watching. God bless each and every single one of you out there. And I'll see you next time. Goodbye. Man. See, I'm kind of like, send the recipe. Okay, Lucas, what you do. Here's the thing. I'm not good at having measured recipes. I don't know how to tell you. If you're just going with milk, you just add the milk to the cup. Whatever amount of milk you want. And then you take the vanilla bottle and you just kind of dip it in. Just real quick. Maybe that comes out to like a teaspoon. I don't know. Maybe a fraction of a teaspoon. And then you get the cinnamon powder. And you kind of flip it over and you tap, 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 tap. Until a bit of it falls in. And if you like a lot of cinnamon, tap, tap, tap a couple more times to add more. And then get the honey and just kind of flip the honey over and squeeze it in. Give it a good stir. You might think the honey going into cold milk will like congeal at the bottom. It doesn't. It dissolves into the drink. Like it does go to the bottom at first, but it doesn't take like a lot of work. You just kind of whip it up a bit and it very quickly disseminates into the beverage. And then you can take a sip and just adjust flavors. What I discovered the other day that you can do is you can do all of that inside like one of those Ninja mixer cups. And then give it a good blend, so it's good and blended, and then put it in the fridge, or in the freezer even. Wait about 10 minutes, take it out, blend it up again, put it back in, leave it for a little bit longer. Here's the thing: you don't want to wait till it's frozen solid, because at that point it won't be able to. The Ninja won't be able to mix it anymore until you run it under some warm water to melt it a little bit. But you just kind of leave it in there long enough, 30 minutes maybe. Take it out, blend it again. Just constantly be blending and then freezing again, and then blending and freezing and blending and freezing, and eventually you'll end up with something that has this consistency like ice cream, and you can like drink it like a shake. And that's fantastic. You don't have to do that, but that's the move right there. Ninja also makes an actual ice cream machine where you basically do exactly what I just described. You mix whatever you want, really. People do it with just like solid fruit. No, not even adding any kind of dairy to it. And then you freeze it, and then you take it out and you put it in this machine. It has this blade that comes down and blends up the stuff and like churns it and creams it and turns it into actual ice cream. So basically you just freeze whatever you want in these freezer containers. And then when you want ice cream, you take one out, you put it in the machine, and it blends it into ice cream, and then you can eat it. And I was like, that sounds cool. I want one of those. And I almost bought one, but then they have two different ones. Let's see. And one of them, the one that I wanted, was out of stock everywhere. So Ninja Ice Cream Maker. Here we go. What is it called? Dreams can come true right on your countertop. Turn almost anything into a frozen treat. So here we go. There's the two models. There is the Ninja Cream. It's called the Creamy, but it's with an I at the end, like an iPod, but the I's at the end, so a Cream I maybe, but that sounds dumb. So there's the Ninja Creamy Breeze 7-in-1, which is... yeah, okay, so the Creamy Deluxe 11-in-1 is still out of stock on their website. Maybe they've discontinued it and they're pushing the Breeze now. But the thing is, each pint holds 2 cups. Each pint holds... I wanted the bigger one because it holds more cups. And let's see. It's out on their website, but maybe I can find it elsewhere. Ninja Creamy Deluxe. I'm going to get me one of these things. Because the idea of being able to freeze anything I want into ice cream... Oh, it's on Amazon. Oh, it's sold out on Amazon, too. Yeah, see, that's why I think it must be... Like, they must be discontinuing this one and moving to a different model. Like, just... They're only going to do the other one. Which one is this? Best Buy? Oh, Best Buy says it's in stock. Yeah, they have it. Kind of, though. You have to check stores, so you can't order on their website. Maybe I just need to do the research to find out whether or not this thing was discontinued. Because it might end up being the case that it was just discontinued. I'm just like over here now Googling. Yeah, it's not in stock in any store. Why even give me that option? This has nothing to do with what we're doing. We're going to end the live stream now. I kind of want to do another one because I'm kind of like in it now, but... I better not. Okay, thank you folks for watching. God bless you. Thank you for your continued support. I guess I should shout out all of the channel members because we got some new ones again. So we will go in order oldest to newest. Big shout out to the legendary Lucas Kits, the otherworldly Purple Lemons, the fabled Maria Amor, the otherworldly Jake Yates, the fabled Moyer, the mythic Gilliam, the fabled Gert the Golf, the fabled Ryan Wilson, the fabled GSNL, the mythic Ben Ridout, the fabled Connor Edwards, the fabled Bass Odding, the fabled Jake S64, the fabled Roald Bastiansen, the fabled Spont Gaming, the fabled David Grindle, the fabled James Davis, the mythic Heather Hancock, the fabled Knife, or Knifey, the fabled Phoenix Emperor, the fabled JC Light, the fabled Gamer225, the fabled Regatonia, the fabled Zevzi, the fabled Braxton Dykes, the fabled Raziel X, the fabled The Broken Light Bulb, and the newest, latest, greatest fabled Martin Placo? Fun name. I like that a lot. I saw something earlier. Mythic. Do I have 3 mythics? Have I been missing a mythic at the end credits? I might have been. I need to have a look at that again. Okay, well, thank you folks for watching. Thank you for your support. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye. Hold on, I gotta fade to black.